Great.
We had Doomsday One.
No question in my mind.
He came from one of the toughest areas of Phoenix. Most of his church leaders, of course,
Prayers for safety and
Got people on the defense talking about it. You better get your ass to the ball. You better get to the ball.
I just gotta say, when it comes to mortality,
Different.
for sure, and they would have thrown it off because
This guy gets off you.
Solid from And then I go to bed every night like G man, I promise you that Man, what is up, Cowboys Nation? Your boy Mike Tag here with Kelly K9. I just dropped a hype video. That's why you kind of see maybe my voice is getting a little raspy. It's about that time. I was up at 6 in the morning. I got home at 8 o'clock at night, drove all over the state, made it back, dropped the video, get things going. It is less than 24 hours to kick off. So you guys make sure you hit that like, subscribe, share. We got a great show for you. But Kelly, how you doing, man? You feeling good? You ready to get this party started?
Yeah, man, I'm drinking the blue Kool-Aid. I'm good, man. You know, and it doesn't hurt that the first game out the gates, Thursday night football against the Philadelphia Eagles, the team that I hate the most, despise the most, the fan base that I despise the most. You know, I can't. There's nothing I like about Philly, nothing. So I'm pumped up. I know that you know, football's back, man. And football's back, and what better way to bring it back than the Dallas Cowboys starting it off and kicking off the season? Week 1, game 1, primetime television. I'm telling you, I'm sipping the Kool-Aid, man. I'm sipping it. I'm doing cake stands of this Kool-Aid right now because I'm pumped, man. I feel like we're gonna get it. I feel like we're gonna get it. Upset.
I mean, I feel good with the offense. We're going to talk about the defense. We'll break everything down. But, hey, I wanted to tell you guys, you've seen my clips. You've seen my post. This is a great opportunity for you guys living in the Dallas area. There's an ultimate watch party. Cowboys Cave, we're doing our live show. You're going to have Eugene, the hit machine Lockhart is getting this thing rolling. You got 5-time Super Bowl champion, Hall of Famer Charles Haley going to be in the house. 3-time Super Bowl champion Kevin Smith is going to be in the house. It is going to be badass, and it's at Boyd Farm. And we got our man Aaron. Let me get him on to get him right. He's at the venue, and I'm just telling you what, it is first class all the way. And it looks beautiful. Let me get over here. My mouse isn't working, Kelly. The only thing working is my mouse. What's up, Aaron? How you doing, my man?
What is up, fellas? Let's go, boys. Let's go.
We're getting this season started right, and you are doing the ultimate thing with this watch party, man. Look at the beautiful venue you got.
Look
the
at
place
this.
to be. Tell us about it.
Look, so Boyd Farm out in Lavon, Texas, just a little bit outside of Dallas. About 20 minutes outside of Dallas. A lot of people know where we're at. Lavon, Wiley, Rockwall, all the surrounding areas. Let me tell you something. This is the place to be for the away Cowboy football games. We have 45 acres of beautiful facility. I've got a 6,000 square foot indoor facility for everybody to enjoy it. I got a giant LED screen. Just got put in tonight. You can see it from across the street if you want. I've got DJs playing music. I've got Charles Haley coming. I got Eugene Lockhart, Kevin Smith, you name it. This is the place to be. Drink specials, food, all of it. Wonderful, wonderful facility. Family owned, family ran. I mean, you got to come out and watch the boys here. That's where you got to go.
Absolutely. Now the party gets started. What time's the party get started? Well, give us the breakdown and what kind of specials, what's going to be happening. I know you got food trucks and a bunch of stuff.
So yeah, we got a couple food trucks coming out. You guys can go to our website to check those out. That's going to be Boyd Farm. Go on Facebook. So Boyd Farm is going to be all over Facebook, and you got BoydFarmEvents.com. That's going to be the website. I got two food trucks coming out. Gates open at 5. Nice. That way, you want to come out and tailgate in the parking lot a little bit, go ahead. Come in, get some drink specials. You don't have to pay $27 like they do down at AT&T. You can just come out and, get yourself a $5 beer, a $5 domestic, a $5 import. We don't have anything on draft, so it's all going to be in 16-ounce cans. I've got wine specials, cocktail specials, food specials. But the most important part is that we're repping the boys. Because Kelly,
Absolutely.
I back you 100% on this one, brother. We're gonna walk into Philly, we're gonna steal a win, and we're gonna call it good.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. See, we were, Mike, I know he was doing the hype video, and before the game, before this, we were talking to me backstage, and he said, it's kind of hard because I know what he's talking about as far as doing the hype. It's week 1, game 1, and it's Philadelphia. They're 8.5-point favorite. The Micah Parsons thing, it just kind of threw a little dampness on Cowboys Nation. There's some that are a little bit there's some that are a little bit depressed by that. But I am always going to be hype about Cowboys football, and I'm always going to be hype about getting former Super Bowl champions into the cave there at the venue where all you guys down in there in that Dallas area, if you don't get your asses down there, I mean, what in the hell else are you going to do? You're going to sit there and watch it from your home, or you're going to go watch it with Super Bowl champions in a beautiful venue and slam beers like we're going to slam Jalen Hurts on the turf Thursday night?
See, that's what I'm talking about, Kelly. Let's go, bud.
There we go, be hype. We can't wait to get up to that dump in the lake. But honestly, Aaron, you're a huge Cowboys fan. You got the background in football, playing college football. Looking at this team, I mean, realistically, you trade away arguably your best player in the team. I look at his opportunity, and that's kind of what my hype video was built on. This defense has an opportunity to show the world team defense, what they're all about. One man committing to the other to get their job done. I mean, what's your thoughts? What's your breakdown on this Cowboys defense where it is today?
Man, I'm going to be honest. The whole Micah thing is a blessing in disguise. I honestly think he became a cancer in the locker room about midway through last year. Became even more of a cancer through training camp and all the negotiations that him and Jerry did or didn't have, however you want to slice that. It is a team game. And I will tell you that, one of the best linebackers and that ever played the game, Ray Lewis, he was a big fan of just being a team game. So I'm good with people not even knowing what the hell the Cowboys are going to do at this point, because they could only game plan from Micah in the past. Now what are they going to do? They got no film on anybody. They don't know what the hell they're coming into. Offense, they have no idea what they're walking into, because I don't think the rest of us really know what we're walking into either. But but regardless, I think the Cowboys are in a good position, man. I think we're going to catch some people off guard. Yeah, Mike is a great player. I'm not gonna take away credit where credit's due, but one man doesn't make a team. So, this is a team game.
I gotta ask you this, Aaron. We might ask Charles Haley this tomorrow. What would Charles Haley do if he saw a player eating nachos and laying down on the trainer's table during a game? You think Charles Haley would have had something to say about that?
He'd have beat his ass. I
think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, if we're being honest, Charles would have ripped him off the table and said, "First of all, those are my fucking nachos. Sorry about the profanity." But yeah, no, man. This day and age, man, it's different. That's why I enjoy people like Charles and Eugene and Kevin Smith and all the old school cats. I mean, I wish they could breathe some fire into some of these young cats that we got now, because it's all prima donna stuff, man. And I don't like it.
Yeah. No.
But hey, you know what? Shock and awe, baby. Let's go. I think it's happening tomorrow.
That's what it's all about. Looking at Kelly and Aaron, looking at this offense, right? You got Pickens, you got CD, you got Turpin. I don't think there's any doubt in anyone's mind this is going to be a high-powered offense. But to me, the running game, do you think the Cowboys can get the running game with the horses they got, the young offensive line, which I think is very underrated, this offensive line? I mean, what do you think about the running game? Can there be balance, or is this going to be the Dak show with CD and Pickens and Turpin and Ferguson?
Kelly, I'll let you fire on that one first, bud.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to say that I'm not a little bit worried about the run game. I feel like that ultimately I was, my biggest concern with this team was the defensive line, interior defensive line. And then when they got Kenny Clark, that issue kind of went away. I feel like that now the biggest weakness on the team right now currently is the running backs, but that's because we don't really know. I don't really know what any of these guys are going to get. Didn't get to see a lot of Jaden Blue out there in preseason. He went out there and he looked impressive from what we did see in the little bit that we saw, and then he kind of rolled up his ankle. They pulled him. But, you didn't see any of Javonte Williams in the preseason, which kind of lets you know what the coaches kind of feel about him, that it looks like, in my opinion, I think he's going to be the lead guy coming out of there. If he can return to what he was pre-injury, before he had those knee injuries, he's a power back. I mean, the guy is physical. You watch him run the ball, he runs with power and he runs with physicality. So, look, if we can get that and we can get a little bit of thunder and lightning with him and Jaden Blue, then I feel confident about it. We just don't know right now what they're going to be. So that's my only thing. I'm a little bit nervous about that. But look, Pickens and Lamb and Dak, they're going to eat. They'll eat all night long.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you one bit. I mean, the only thing that concerns me about Mr. Blue is the fact that, he's what, 215 pounds, 210 pounds. So, I mean, he really can't carry the load. And I mean, what do we really know about Javonte Williams? I mean, he was a slow grow in Denver. So I don't think it's going to be the Dak throw it 60 times a game. I don't think that's going to be there. I think we have the ability to shock some people with our run game. I think we do have a very underrated offensive line. Man, I don't know. I think Javonte is going to come out and shock some people.
I'm a Miami guy, and I watched that dude absolutely annihilate our team. So I know what the guy is capable of. This is his second year removed from the injury, and I'm going to tell you, my brother's a big Bronco fan, and he even told me when we got him, he goes, Mike, he's better than people think. He had that injury. Before that injury, he was going, and they say it takes about 2 years with that kind of injury. So he's going into year 2. I think he's going to be that power back. Jaden Blue is going to be the X factor for that running game because he's big play capability, big play anytime he touches the ball. And that's what the Cowboys didn't have last season. I mean, Rico was nice, but it was just like 3 yards, 4 yards.
The home run threat. They're missing that home run threat.
Yeah. And could they use Turpin as a little bit? I know not, out of the backfield, get him in open, use that as a running game a little bit, be creative.
Hey, by the way, fellas, one of your good friends just walked in the door. You did see a face, and there it is. What up? Look at the jersey and everything.
I'll be wearing that tomorrow night, baby. Get
What's
that hit
up,
machine.
baby? Yes, sir.
No,
So you ready for tomorrow night, Eugene? I mean, this looks like a beautiful venue. It is going to be wild, man. I can't wait. I can't
tell you what, man. You talking about Cowboys experience? I tell you what, if you're any whatever Cowboy fan, and I know it's hard to be at times right now, but damn, if you're a Cowboy fan, you need to be at Boyd's Farm. I'll tell you what, because the hit machine, my boy Aaron's gonna be here, Cowboy fans gonna be here. Shit, you better chime in.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Now you're a defensive guy, Eugene. So I was gonna ask you this tomorrow. What do you think about the deep? You lose Parsons, big hurt, right? I mean, he's a great player, but I don't want to say addition by subtraction. That's no justice to how great he is. But can this defense, one man to another, make that commitment, play team ball, discipline ball, stay within themselves, and actually get the job done? I mean, what do you see out of this defense? I look at it as opportunity.
When you lose a player such as Parsons, it should shock everyone else on defense. It should let them know that, damn, we just lost our best player. We got to step it up. Individually, you have to check inside your own heart and your mind and your spirit, and you got to say, damn, we just lost the best player on our team. How in the hell can I make a difference? What do I have to do to make sure that this defense doesn't be as bad as it was last year?
Yeah.
What do I have to do? You have to check yourself. And if and when they all check themselves and they make a total commitment to stopping the run, to pass rush, to do whatever it takes, just be hungry, goddammit.
That's what I'm talking about.
And
Yeah,
you know what, Eugene?
just be hungry and say, hey, it's time to eat right now, damn it. It's time to show it's time to show up and show out. It's that time. Man, you on the biggest stage, you got Thursday night football, and right now you ought to be wobbling at the mouth, just slobbering at the mouth, say, damn it, it's my time, boy. It's my time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree, Eugene. So when the Cowboys traded Parsons, I kind of went through this whole little I don't really know what you would call it. I went through, like, unpeeled a lot of layers, man, about this team of what I thought. At first, it was like a punch in the gut, and then I started thinking about some things. And one of the main things I came away with, and you tell me kind of where I land on this and what you think. So I looked at this defense, and I started thinking about the fact that Michael Parsons was on this squad when Green Bay dropped 41 on our heads in the playoffs, right? Michael Parsons was on that defense, and he didn't make a damn bit of difference, right? Now, I'm not saying Michael Parsons is not a good player. I'm not trying to take nothing away from him. I'm just saying I feel like that this coaching staff felt like that the pass rush was deep enough with drafting Eazy-E in the second round from Boston College, with getting Nealon, bringing him back. You got Sam Williams. They're excited about what he can do. You got Dante Fowler. You've got guys on these defensive ends that you can rotate out. You don't got to have one guy in there playing all the snaps. You can get guys in there off fresh legs, right? You add to that we're going to have Kenny Clark now at the defensive tackle next to Osa, and having a guy that has your back like Kenny Clark, I feel like is going to make Osa better in the run game, because in my opinion, Kenny Clark going to be one of the best defensive tackles the Cowboys have seen in the last decade. We have not had solid talent there, I'd say, since probably Jay Ratliff. So now you've solidified the middle of that interior line. You've got young guys on the outside. Am I crazy in thinking that this defense could actually be better just because the talent is more spread across this defense, having some fresh legs come off the defensive end, and then solidifying that interior defensive line? Could this defense be better than what we saw last year?
Well, I'll tell you this. Let me say this. That sounds real good. That sounds real good. But what in the hell have Osa done? What have these guys done? Okay, they go to training camp. What did they do? Are we able to stop the run? And one of the reasons that Jerry Jones said that he made this happen, number one, was when he got Schottenheimer, and number two, he said that we couldn't stop the run. You go to training camp, have any one of those guys stepped up to and say to themselves, we are better. I'm a better player now. I'm getting off the ball. I'm a number one draft choice. Am I better? Is the defense really better in the inside? Kenny Clark is a defensive end.
Defensive tackle.
He's a tackle.
Yeah, he's a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about the nose guard? So still, I'm talking about. I just don't see how this defense is better because you have a 31-year-old All-Pro there.
Yeah.
I just don't see it being better. But you know, it's too early to tell. It's way too early to tell. We won't be able to see it game one. You got to give it 4 or 5 games to see how they gel together. Yeah. Are they going to the balls? Everybody, all 11 guys, meet me at the ball. Meet me at the ball. Are you hungry? Is that ball your meal? And you're so hungry that you got to get to the ball in order for this defense to be better. Then you got the defensive coaches. You got to be sure that you put them in a position where they can win. You got to come up with different kind of crosses. You got to come up with different type of blitzes depending on who you're playing. But the main thing is every single body on the defense, whether you back up, whether you're coming in with fresh legs, you got to understand the scheme. But to understand, you got to understand where your heart is. Is your heart heavy enough? Is your heart strong enough to go out and make something happen?
Yeah, no, I agree. And that's why I say it's opportunity. And it all points to this defense. I think all of us would agree. The offense, I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think this offense can be fine this year. They're going to be high powered. It comes down to this defense. And one of the things, they talked about today was, are you able to scheme pass rush? I mean, you guys played the game at high levels. Can a defensive coordinator, can he scheme pass rush? Can he create pass rush, even though he may not have the all-pro, defensive end?
Yeah, the answer is yes, because it's a team sport. So I mean, you got one guy doing one thing, the other guy's doing the other thing to free up somebody else. And I mean, everybody was just so focused on Micah. And again, he's not a bad player, he's a great player.
Yeah.
But I mean, if the D coordinator can draw up some stuff, it can be a successful defense.
Yeah, but I tell you what, we lose one of the best defensive coordinators last year to the Washington Commanders, right?
Yeah.
Look at the schemes that he came up when he was at Dallas. We was number 1, number 2, number 3 defense when he was here. He had all different types of schemes. He had Michael moves in different positions. He had those. He had the offense off balance because they never knew exactly where they was going to be. So if you can keep the offense off balance, yes, the schemes work, but still, it's the heart of the man that's playing the damn scheme. I'm talking about scheme. It comes down to the player. Are you going to make a play? Do you want to make a play? Are you going to beat that guy on the other side of the ball? Are you going to make a difference? Are you going to take up where Michael Parsons left off? What are you going to do individually to make this defense say what it says it's going to be? Okay? Yeah. And again, you talking about you're not worried about the offense? You better be worried about that left tackle, because if you don't have a left tackle and he's on your blind side, the quarterback is going to be nervous if he drop back 7 steps and you got somebody breathing down his back, okay? Yeah. Just as we want to scheme on defense, they're going to do the same kind of scheme to see what our weaknesses are, and then they're going to exploit them. So again, it's this team better wake up right now and understand, yeah, we added some players, but we didn't get a really true look at these guys in training camp because they haven't all played together, and training camp is training camp. Now, it's not training camp no more, baby. Hey, every game counts right now, okay? Every play that you have your ass on that field, it counts right now, okay? Now, the big man up in the box, he want to see what he got now, okay? But we as fans want to see what we have. Did we make the right decision? Are we headed in the right direction? Okay, time will tell. And I'll tell you what, and if you really want to see the game, if you want some Cowboys experience, you don't have to look at it on TV. Come out the Boys Forum where we are hungry, baby. We're hungry for some win, baby. Are you hungry?
We got a live pregame show there. We're going to be hanging with Eugene and the crew. Kevin Smith, Haley's going to be, it's going to be the who's who, Cowboys Nation. You need to go to Boyd Farm. They got drink specials. They got food trucks. They got legends. You're talking, we're looking for Super Bowl champions.
Yes,
you got Super Bowl champions in the house. You got an all-pro linebacker, NFL record, 222 tackles in a season.
Sir.
Some of these guys are lucky to get 100 in a season. You understand what I'm saying? That's why we represent the OGs. The OGs.
Yes, sir. The OGs.
Right here.
The machine, baby. Let's go, baby. Are you ready for some football?
We ready. So, hey, guys, I appreciate it. You guys want to hang with us, or I know you're setting up. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
No, we just want to let everybody know.
We just wanted to step in and say hi. But I will tell you this, Mike. I will tell you this. So Eugene doesn't let me answer my phone. He'll call me at 7:05 in the morning, and if I even say, "Hey, good morning, Eugene," this dude says, "You better answer that phone with a little more fire. You better be excited. It's the Cowboys, baby. You better get some excitement." Hey, if the players will come out and do that tomorrow, we're good, baby.
Hey, we wake up to win over here at Boys Farm. I don't know about wherever else you watching the game, but we wake up to win here. So if you want to win, and if you're hungry for a win, come on out to Boys Farm, where you'll see Aaron, Eugene the Hit Machine, Charles Haley, Kevin Smith. You can't ask for anything better. Are you ready for some football?
Da-da-da.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mike.
Awesome.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks,
We'll
Mike. See you tomorrow night, man. We're looking forward to it.
See y'all tomorrow.
Take care.
All right,
bye.
All right, see you, brother. Oh, that's gonna be hype, Kelly. Gonna be hype.
I'm telling you, man, that's the spot to be, man. If you're around there in the Dallas area and you want to go somewhere and hit a game, that's the spot. And we did get a super chat, man. I want to circle back to that real quick.
Yeah, we'll get back to everything, but yeah, Boyd Farm. Levon, I believe it's Levon, Texas. Is that how you? Hopefully, I pronounce it right. It is going to be awesome. I'm telling you guys, if you're in that area, you want to check it out. Texas Live. You want to pay $15 for a beer. You want to do that. You got legends. There's no cover charge. You could be hanging. They're going to be there all night. You can be hanging out with Charles Haley, Kevin Smith, Eugene Lockhart. The Cowboys Cave is doing a live pregame show from 6 to 7. We're leading you right up to kickoff. Right up to kickoff, we're going to be hanging out with Haley. We're going to be hanging out with Smith, Eugene, and with Aaron. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be laid back. So if you're not in the Dallas area, you come over to Cowboys Cave. You can hang out with us as well. And I don't want to drop the knowledge, but I believe the next the Bears game, Drew Pearson, the OG 88, is going to be in the house.
Ooh, that'll be a good one. That'll be a good one.
Yeah. So
That's
go
what
ahead.
I'm talking about, man. Listen, all I know is if I was down there, that's exactly where the hell I'd be pulling up at, man. And if you're down there and you can't make that, I mean, this is like a 20-minute drive outside of Dallas. What the hell is wrong with you, man? Get a
$5 beers.
Get an Uber and take your ass out there. $5 beer, shit. I damn near want to drive from here to Omaha down there. Shit. Shout out to Chris for the super chat, man. He said, I'll be the first to say that losing Micah hurts, but I'm confident in saying we're better than last year with the addition of Pickens, Booker, and Clark. And see, I agree with that. And I know we haven't seen a lot of it and we haven't seen it on the field, man. But the thing is that I think that our linebackers are more sound. I think our interior line is more sound. And I believe that having a solid one tech next to Osa is going to help Osa get better in the run game. I really do think that. Osa's been he has created some havoc. Maybe not, hasn't been the best in the run defense, but Osa has been pretty damn good in as far as creating pass rush. He's been a pretty good in pass rush for that interior line, creating pressure, folding that pocket down. Now you got Kenny Clark next to him versus a guy in Mozzie that's getting pushed off the line. That is going to help Osa. It's going to help Osa, and I feel Osa's going to have his best year against the run this year versus years in the past where he's just, the guy next to him. It's just like when you've got the left guard, left tackle, right? And right guard, right tackle. If you've got a solid right guard, it makes the right tackle's job a little bit easier. Same thing if you've got a solid left tackle, the left guard's job makes that just a little bit easier. They kind of feed off each other and work off each other. If not, and you got a guy that's a liability, well, then it makes the other guy's job a little bit harder because he's having to do two jobs at once. So I think this is going to be better ultimately for Osa. I really like what the defensive line, with that interior defensive line, if they can create pressure, if they can get a push, if they're not getting shoved off the line, then that creates room for your linebackers to hit the gaps and play their run assignments and not have to do too much where they're having to shed off offensive linemen because our defensive tackles are getting blown off the ball. Yeah.
Hey, in SoCal, Lavon, Lavon, Texas. I believe it's just outside Dallas. You can just Google Boyd Farm, Boyd Farm. I also did some posts that have the address. If you're on X, just go ahead and look for one of my posts. I put it on there. I'll be dropping another one, but it's going to be a great time. I mean, to hang out with, you're talking about legends between Charles Haley, Kevin Smith, Eugene Lockhart, all-pro linebacker. I think he was the fourth or fifth. He was the first rookie to start at linebacker, I believe, in Cowboys history. If my memory is right, I could be wrong, but I think he is one of the first. So it's going to be a great time. Very laid back. That's the thing I'm telling you guys. You saw the venue Aaron showed. It is laid back. Those guys are going to be mingling, slapping backs and kissing babies. You know how that goes. They're going to be, signing autographs, going to be with the people. And I'm telling you, Cuts, there's going to be a Cowboys Cave road trip there. So I know Cuts is saying he needs to check that out one of these times. I will be at one of those. I don't know if it's going to be the Bears. I'm trying to pick a early game to where I can do like kind of a turn and burn. So there will be a road game where your boy's going to be at, and hopefully Kelly too, if he could swing it. But this is a great opportunity for the Cave. Thank you, Eugene Lockhart and Aaron for allowing us to be a part of it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and definitely looking forward to it. But, back to the game, Kelly, the one thing that, I listened to a lot of radio today, man. I was 6 a.m. to 8. I listened, and I'll give a plug for Shannon Sharp's Michael Irvin interview. It's 2 hours. That was my whole ride home. And it was one of the best interviews. Not better than the Cowboys cave interviews, of course, but outside us, Kelly, it was phenomenal. Michael Irvin, what he talked about is some amazing stories, but they kind of talked about it a little bit on some of the shows I was listening to, RJ and Choppy and stuff. And they talked about some former defensive coordinators, some former players said, and we're not throwing shade on Micah Parsons, his Hall of Fame career so far, but sometimes players were trying to play hero ball. And you heard that. I mean, I know Tank kind of got into it on the sidelines and other players, and they were talking about it, where they were chasing the sack or chasing the big play and not playing within the scheme, not playing within themselves, which left the other man exposed. Almost kind of like, remember the Titans? Do you remember when they were practicing and, he wasn't doing this, he's leaving me exposed, and they had that friction? I think that's what Aaron and Eugene's talking about, team mentality. Every man making a commitment to the other to do their job. Whatever your job is on that plate, do your job. That's what I'm saying. You may see different with this team. And, are you buying that, Kelly? Is that something that you could believe it? Or are you getting a lot of people just kind of throwing shade because it's easy to throw shade when the man walks out the door?
I don't know if it's kind of hard to think whether the Cowboys are if the Cowboys are doing some damage control here because they just let go of a guy who many look at as a generational talent as far as pass rusher. My whole thing is this. There was definitely a couple of occasions when Micah had his podcast thing that I think that rubbed players the wrong way. I really do. I think that there is absolute truth to that. I don't think that's made up. And the reason why is because he had players talk about it. He had Malik Hooker talking about it. He went on a podcast and talked about that they kind of had a little bit of an issue with Micah talking about, it's like, be where your feet are. And that's, it's the thing. Do I think that the podcast, took away from Micah's ability to play football at a high level? No, I don't. I never really thought that. But at the same time, it's always about optics and how it looks. And if your teammates are sitting there and if they have an issue with it, and if you're talking and you're throwing into your teammates or you're throwing some shade at some of your teammates, which he did, then I could see how that could rub people the wrong way. You're supposed to be a leader on this team, man. And so I think some of it was optics. I think some of it was bad optics, man. And you know what? Look, at the end of the day, he's gone. He's in Green Bay. Can't change it now, man. I know Jerry and he out there. I know he does some damage control and stuff. But here's the thing. I keep saying to Cowboys fans, I keep saying it to anybody that asks me about it. What in the hell? If paying Micah Parsons $47 million a year, and we got 41 dropped on our head with him on the roster. So paying him $47 million a year makes us better. How? Yeah. Makes us better.
I just think it got to be a numbers thing, and like you said, you sign Bland. Looks like Tyler's next. Lipke was kind of a confusing. It's a very low salary, but he was one of my bubble guys. Do you think Lipke? They've got to have a plan for him. What do you think of Lipke? He made some good out of the backfield, made some nice catches. Are you seeing them running more of a traditional fullback with him? Or are you seeing him use as kind of a tight end sometimes? Just kind of that Swiss Army knife of the offense.
Yeah, I think kind of like a Kyle Juszczyk, honestly, is what I've envisioned him like that for a while because he can catch the ball. And he showed that when he was playing in college. I think that it's a good I think it's an indication of what Schottenheimer feels about him on this staff and in this offense because of the fact that they did give him the contract that they gave him. And that's not a huge contract. It is an indication that you don't just pay that guy if you're not going to use him. And we really haven't seen Hunter Lipke get used a bunch, right? So it's just another, in my opinion, it's just another weapon that the Cowboys have that nobody really knows. He's kind of an unknown because he didn't really get utilized a whole lot. But when you watch his tape in college, the dude can run the ball and he can catch the ball. So, and he's a big power guy. So, I think that the options and I think that the ways that Schottenheimer can get him integrated into this offense, he could be very creative with that. The fact that you've got that, you've got Lipke, you've got these running, I think the Cowboys are really trying to get creative in the way that they're going to approach running the ball, and they may have to get a little creative in some of the ways that they do things.
Yeah.
So-
I do you like when you look at the Cowboys, they like this game, you win the coin flip.
I
What
take
do you
the ball.
do? You taking the ball.
Taking the ball.
You're taking the
I
ball.
want the ball. I want the ball.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely.
mean-
I'm not letting Philly get a drive and have themselves a physical drive and have Barkley run it down the field and have them, and have that crowd who is already going to be raucous because they're dropping their Super Bowl banner. Let's face it, that crowd has a right to be rowdy. They got a right to be yelling and loud, and they're going to be. I want to shut that crowd up as quick as I can. And what better way to shut them the hell up than going down and having yourself a nice 75, 80-yard drive right down the field, shoving it right down their throats and punching it in for a score.
I agree with you. Take a
little bit of thrills out of their crowd.
They better have 15 damn good plays scripted.
Yeah,
Because
no,
that's
they
that's the
need
key.
to. Yeah, no. Here's the thing: if you get that ball and you start that, if you start a drive and you go 3 and out,
You're smoked.
yeah, forget about it, because you go. I'm not saying that they couldn't still maybe pull it out. You go 3 and out though, that crowd is going to be full throat. And then if the Eagles turn around, go back down and score, that's a message. That's basically a resounding counterpunch to your punch. That's like you throwing a little jab and then they throw a haymaker and you're on the mat, because that's exactly what that's to do. You're on the road. It's going to be one of the most hostile environments that the Cowboys will play in this year, more than likely. It doesn't really get more hostile than the Philadelphia Eagles on the road. You know what I mean? So the Cowboys, the way that they come out and the way that they respond early, if they get the ball first and start on offense, is very important. It's crucial to the entire game, in my opinion.
I think, to your point, critical. The Cowboys have got to start fast. I think they got to try and play with a lead. I think if they fall behind, I think that's when trouble could start, right? So I agree with you. I'm not one to take the ball, but in this instance, I got to agree with you. I'm like, man, you got to, but they gotta attack. I don't want to see it real conservative. I want to see them. I wouldn't mind. I saw this happen when the Steelers were the team, right? Super Bowl champs. They were the man, right? Ben Roethlisberger and all that. They had the defense that was unbelievable. New England, which was kind of like there, right? They were right there with Brady, and everyone's like, how, New England's defense, how's Brady going to do anything? The New England Patriots, I still remember it. They came out 5 wide and they just spread them out, and they shredded them. Hurry up and down the field. They need to do some. I mean, to me, and maybe I'm crazy, if they're going to get the ball, they need to do something that's not out of the norm for them, out of the norm for because you got Vic Fangio, who, they call him the Dak killer. So Dak is the Eagle killer. So, I mean, see what happens. But I think the Cowboys have got to be aggressive early. They're talking about these cornerbacks, Cooper DeJean and the other kid they got. I mean, they're young. I mean, CeeDee Lamb and Pickens, I mean, that should be advantage them. And you spread them out. I mean, with Turpin speed, I mean, it should be advantage our receivers over their secondary. And I understand that their receivers might have an advantage on our, but I don't think it's as big as what we could have on there.
No, I don't think.
We got to take advantage of it.
Well, the other thing that'll be interesting I think the biggest matchup, in my opinion, in the game, and I think there's many people that feel this way, is going to be their defensive line against our offensive line. That's the biggest issue. Is Dak going to have time to throw? Are they going to be disrupting the pocket? Are they going to be giving? Because you've got arguably one of the better defensive tackles in the league, in Jalen Carter. And then you've got other guys that can create havoc on the edges. So how will our offensive line handle their defensive line? Because they got one of the better defensive lines in the league, if not the best defensive line in the league, top to bottom. So to me, that's going to be the biggest matchup, because if we're going to have success on offense, our offensive line has got to give Dak time to throw. And they've got to give him a clean pocket to throw, because if he doesn't have that, and let's just say that if we're involved in a shootout and Dak can't consistently get a clean pocket, that's another thing that could, another possible recipe for disaster is if Dak's on his ass all night long. So to me, that's kind of the biggest matchup. I mean, I know we've talked about our run defense a lot this year, and they got Saquon Barkley on the other side, and that obviously is going to be an issue to watch, to see how well Kenny Clark can come in and make an impact right away. But I feel better about that matchup than I do about our offensive line right now, because in our offensive line, there's just still a lot of unknown. We didn't see any of Tyler Booker in the preseason,
Very little.
And so that's like, I feel the coaching staff felt really good about him. I felt they felt really good about him, but you didn't, you got Tyler Guyton out there. You don't really know what he's going to be right now. You got Terrence Steele. Like, you don't know, because he's been pretty bad. Let's face it, since he got that injury, and got that big.
He got better in the second half, but I agree with you. He's more of a
great.
run.
Yeah,
he's a run blocker. I mean,
right.
That's a strength.
It's a bit of an unknown there with a lot of that offensive line on how they're going to look, and will they gel together, and will it happen game one? Because it needs to happen game one. This offensive line needs to come out and have a solid performance tomorrow night.
And that's what I tell people. I mean, this is a 17-game season. I mean, they talked about it. I mean, Shoddy talked about it in his press conference. If the Cowboys go out and beat Philly, and they lose to the Giants next week, what did they accomplish? You know what I mean? So it is a long season, but I think it's critical for the Cowboys to get off on a positive note. And that means being competitive. Going up to Philly is no easy task. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, you're on the road, but the one thing I would say, it's a common opponent. Cowboys historically have a very good record against common opponents, teams that they play over and over and over. And you look at the record in their division. So with Dak Prescott coming back, Shoddy, he was on the radio show today, and he was talking a lot of running. He was talking about commitment to run, talked about his time with the Jets, talked about the time with Seattle and the commitment to run. And I think they need to have that balance. What worries me is with the running game is at what point, if the run isn't working, how long does he stay with it? Is he going to be committed to the run, or are they going to bail and just start slinging it left and right? You got to have balance, because to your point, if you're going to allow the Eagles defensive front to pin their ears back, it's going to be a problem. I mean, it's going to be a big problem for this offensive line. They're a young offensive line. I think they're better than what people say, but the defensive line of Philly's probably the best in the NFL, if not one of the best easily. So
absolutely,
getting that running game established and creating balance is going to be critical for them.
Yeah, I mean, they have to. And and then I think one of the other things that I'm looking at that I'm going to be curious to see, we've talked about interior defensive tackle, interior defensive line. We've talked about the offensive line, is our cornerbacks against their wide receivers. Got Diggs coming back. I think it's a huge thing.
What do you think about that, Diggs?
First of all, I'm gonna tweet it. I'm gonna make a tweet because I owe Diggs an apology. I really do. I did not think he was taking his rehab serious. He's out there. He's playing basketball with a streamer, and I came out and I criticized it. I said I didn't think he was taking it serious. I said I thought he should have been doing what the Cowboys were asking him to do, doing his facility. But you know what? I got to give him credit. Because listen, they weren't expecting him to be back and to be able to go week one. He is ahead of schedule, so that just shows me that he attacked his rehab. I think Diggs has gotten a lot of hate from Cowboys Nation. Listen, regardless of what I was thinking about him and feeling about him with my criticisms of him, I've never hated the guy. I want him to succeed. I think he's a great cornerback, and I think it's in our best interest that he be elite. So I owe Diggs an apology. I'm just going to say it. I owe him an apology because kudos to him. But what I'm concerned about going into this game, as I think that Diggs will be on a snap count. I don't think he's out there for every snap of this game. I think that he's still going to be, I think they're going to bring him along a little slow. I think, maybe if he's out there 50 to 60% of the snaps, I think that would be pretty huge. If it's more than that, I think that might be a little bit much, but it depends all on what shape he's in. I trust the coaches, but then you've got Kyer Elam, who had a great camp. We saw a lot of great things out of him. He was the guy that just seemed to be making plays left and right. You've got him. He's going to be another cornerback out there that can he keep up with what he did in camp? Can he keep that hot start? Is this the what did we say? Is this the resurgence? Is this the new scenery that he needs to emerge to be that, as a top pick that he was in the draft when he was drafted? Can he return to that form? Then you've got, Deron Bland, got his new contract out there. Deron Bland, you're going to see him. It looks like he's going to be moving to the slot. Is at least what I'm hearing is that Deron Bland will play out of the slot again. So they'll move him back in the slot, which is where he played his first year. And I mean, he had 6 interceptions that year. He had a great year playing out of the slot. And honestly, it was a great slot cornerback. So, I mean, I thought when Jordan Lewis left, that might be a realistic possibility. So we've got a lot of intrigue there, though. Diggs, Elam, Bland back in the slot. It's going to be a lot. And, they're matching up against, I would say this 1A, 1B in terms of the NFC East in terms of the best wide receiving duo. I think it's Pickens and Lamb, and then I think A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are right there. You could argue that either way, but it's going to be interesting to watch that too. So I don't know how you feel about that. The cornerback.
No, the thing with the secondary, you got to think that the coaches feel really good about Diggs because they let some of their guys go. They signed a couple other guys. One guy was from the Bears who had some familiarity with Eberflus's scheme, but they got some guys late, dropped some other ones. So you got 3 guys that you mentioned. After that, good luck.
Yeah.
So you got to think that they got Diggs. They're going to be smart with him, but you got to think maybe he's better than what people are thinking or what some of us are thinking. But that's so critical. I mean, it's so critical that, you've got to be able to slow them down, those receivers. Because I agree with you. As much as we want to, we're not like the Philly people are just going to sit there and say Dallas, Eagles suck. Eagles top to bottom is probably the best roster in the NFL. Those receivers are real deals. A.J. Brown is a physical beast receiver. Devontae Smith, Heisman Trophy winner. He's got that speed. He's kind of like that pain in the ass that used to be at the Eagles. Who was a guy that used to kill us for a play every damn season. I just wanted to kill that guy, but jokingly, of course. He was Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson. And he did it. Not only did he do it in a Philly uniform, he did it in a Washington uniform.
Washington too. Yeah. Him and Santana Moss were like the 2 receivers that they were a thorn. And Moss from the U, it's hard to hate him, but it was just, they always had their best games against Dallas. They were due for some blowout. So it's crazy. And I saw SoCal giving congrats to Miami. Thank you, SoCal. Who hasn't been given, and of course to Texas Tech. Maybe mine was a little bit more important. We beat a
absolutely, yeah. You're obviously,
but who's been missing, Kelly? There's been someone that is near and dear to our heart, and he had a lot of derogatory things to say about my Hurricanes, and I think he even said some stuff about your Texas Tech Red Raiders. But he's been MIA since this. So we got an APB out on Ultra. I don't know where he is.
APB out on Ultra. All right. Yeah. Well, listen, if I was Ultra, he's a Texas fan. He's a UT fan. The UT fans were chirping pretty loud before the season started, but that chirping really quieted down when Arch Manning went out there and looked like Uncle Rico on the field. So I just listen. I had, the immediate response to me by Texas fans was that you guys are playing Arkansas Pine Bluff. Well, look at your next several opponents, Texas, because you're not playing anybody. So Texas Tech has to get to a certain level before they can start scheduling some of these big time programs, but they're working their way up there. They're getting some things done. 2030, they're playing Arkansas out there in Vegas. They're getting some things done and scheduling some tougher opponents. But listen, the Big 12, they still got what they got. They got to play in the division they got. But listen, we were favored by 52. We won by 60, and they shortened it because of weather. So we played 13 minutes less, basically an entire quarter that we didn't get, and still dropped 67.
How do you drop in the rankings? How do you drop in the rankings?
That pissed me off so bad. We're at number 23, moved to 24. And we beat a team by 60. Like, I get it was Arkansas Pine Bluff, but you had Indiana that's still ranked in front of us who beat Old Dominion. Now, they dropped Indiana some, but if anything, drop them behind us and move us up. They beat Old Dominion by 13 points and were favored by 30. So I hate the politics in that. And Bama, in my opinion, shouldn't even be ranked. Bama should be out.
They shouldn't be ranked. How is Florida State after one game 14?
That's what I said too. I said you're gonna have them unranked to 14th,
and you drop the team they beat to 19. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They should.
It was unbelievable, man. I like I said, Alabama shouldn't be ranked. Somebody posted earlier, and I had retweeted it, that there is, I think that says 6 teams in the top 25 that are 0-1. 6 teams. Now I can understand Texas because you're not knocking them out of the top 25.
They lost the
number 3. And I understand that Notre Dame and Miami, you're probably not going to knock Notre Dame all the way out of the top 20. I understand a few of them, but there's 6 teams that are 0-1 that are still in the top 25. And for me, if you win your game and you win your game convincingly, you should not drop in the rankings. But again, it is what it is, man. Texas Tech got some work to do. They're going to have to just keep going out there and blowing people out. And, if they keep chalking up the wins week to week to week, it'll happen. I will tell you that I've seen several over the last over the last few weeks leading into college football season. I've seen several simulations, though. You know how they do the simulations and stuff? And I have seen several simulations that have Texas Tech and Miami meeting in like the second round. I think it's the second round or the third round, maybe, of the college football playoffs, which would be absolutely huge.
We'll be there.
Awesome.
Kelly and I have agreed there'll be no violence. We're not going to kill each other. Just be some good trash talk. It'll be a good time. But we will. If that happens, we're going. Period. Point blank. I don't care. We're going to find a way to go, and we'll make it happen. Let me ask you this: not to jump on we'll do a little college. I love college football too, and we'll get back to the Cowboys. A couple quick things. Just want to say we've had a great surge in the cave. We just hit over 4,200 subscribers. We got almost 400 people here tonight. So if you are listening and you're not subscribed yet, man, don't wait. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. You're dealing with 2 guys, and I'll throw Jimmy in there too. We don't know what the hell we're doing. We're fans. We're real. I don't know algorithms. I don't know SEO. I don't know how to do all this stuff. I write stuff on the thing, and sometimes Kelly's my wordsmith. He'll try and get some funky stuff. This is grassroots at its finest in the cave, and we've gotten over 4,200 subscribers, and we appreciate it. We love it. I think we hit almost 1 million views. Might be over 1 million views now. So definitely love all the support you guys give, spreading the word. We've got the live, just to, again, not to make a bunch of PSAs, but I do want to share it one more time because we got a lot of people in. If you guys are in the area and you're looking for a place to hang, Boyd Farm is the place to be. It's in Levon, Texas. You guys can look on my social media. I posted it. I think Kelly might have retweeted it too. It has the address on there. You got Eugene the Hit Machine Lockhart. You got 5-time Super Bowl champ Charles Haley. You got 3-time Super Bowl champ with the Cowboys, Kevin Smith. They're going to be hanging out. We're doing a live pregame show. So if you're not there, you can come be part of the family, and it is going to be phenomenal. We're doing it for every road game. So think about this little engine that could, Cowboys Cave that got started. We had 5 people watching and something. I mean, now we've interviewed Hall of Famers, top 100 players, Ring of Honor, coaches, national champions, and now we're doing a pregame show with legends of the Cowboys. And you got Drew Pearson coming up, following it for all the road games. So it's all a testament to you guys. It's all a testament to the support you guys give, because if no one watched and no one gave a shit, Kelly and I would probably say, you know what? We might find something better to do on our evenings. But we love doing this. We love interacting with everybody in the chat. So please, if you haven't, hit that like, subscribe, share. I've said it. Kelly, anything you wanna add color? You're always good with that stuff.
No, man. I mean, big thanks to everybody that tunes in every week, man. I mean, we got a pretty loyal audience that comes in here and supports us and supports what we're doing. And, I think we started out when we first originally started this thing, and we talked about it, and we said, we'd do this thing if it was, 10 people or 10,000 people, you know what I mean? It doesn't really, the numbers don't really matter. It's the passion that we have for this team and the passion that we got for this franchise and for the love of football, to be honest with you, because, it's not just the NFL. Obviously you got your love for the Hurricanes. I got my love for Texas Tech. It's that passion. And I think
and we got passion. Look who came out of the woodwork, my man, Ultra, I've been missing you. I haven't had a chance to get, Miami was going to get their ass whooped. You guys are going to handle your business. It didn't happen. And I love what you say. Tony, 17 years old. Unbelievable. That kid, our receiver. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to make sure you're okay. I was worried about Ultra. And there he goes. He's effing the U. What's going on?
He lives to mess with Kelly and Mike. He lives to mess with Kelly and Mike, and that's fine. That's fine.
I love Ultra.
We're here for it. We gotta listen. You gotta have some people that are trolling through the comments and sections. If you don't, things ain't no fun. Which reminds me, man, this next week I need you to grab a couple. I know you're gonna have some in your hype video. I need you to snag a couple because angry tweets. Starting next week on the show Wednesday, we're gonna have angry tweets. I'll have you'll get a couple. I'd say we'll grab 3 apiece. You grab 3, I'll grab 3. I'll have you'll read yours, I'll read mine. But listen, if you're on Twitter and you like to troll and you like to talk shit, listen, I can take it just as good as I can dish it. We're gonna get some of the best ones, most creative ones. We'll read them on the show. It just kind of goes to show some of these guys. I know a lot of these guys like to think that they get under our skin. Yeah. And if you reply that, the instant is you mad. I've never been mad over a troll in my life. I mean, I'll block some idiots if you come talking about like my kids or something like that. Cause I think that's going too far, but 99% of the stuff that they say, it rolls off my back like water. And I like it and I'll dish it right back to them. But can
I share one as a teaser? And just to kind of show them what we're doing, I've been snapping. Of course, you saw my one Parsons kind of I don't want to say funeral, but, you see Emmitt Smith back up there when the guy leaves. And it's not that I hate Micah Parsons. It's I can't have an active player in my Cowboys cave playing for another team. I mean, especially the Packers or the Eagles. I mean, that's just crazy. Now, I put it aside. When he retires, we talk about it. But this is a tweet I got, and I'll share it. I'll be honest with you, Kelly. This one for a second. I'd love to find the guy and beat the shit out of him, only because I know who he is, and I'll tell you his name, and then you understand. But this actually made me laugh, and I had to look in the mirror and say, God, I don't think I do look that way. But he said a weathered-faced, middle-aged fan that just needs to rearrange some pictures when he dumps an elite player, Jerry's best soldiers.
Well,
I'm in Florida.
I don't think you got a weathered face, man.
I got a tan.
I wouldn't say that's a weathered face. That's a face that's full of life right there, man.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Living life. What does weathered mean?
But you know what hurts the most is the dickhead that posted it, and you know him. And I just, and I'm thinking to myself, this dweeb is going to criticize me. I'd just absolutely beat the living shit out of him. Tom Stakes.
Oh God, yeah. That. He's the biggest cheese ball in the world, man. And I mean, hey, listen, all I can say is, dude, if you wear Daisy Dukes as a man, I'm sorry. And I understand that some of those guys like to wear them little short shorts because they got really muscular legs. They got but
when you got toothpicks,
this motherfucker got bird legs. This motherfucker got toothpicks holding up his goddamn house. Not only that, he's just one of the corniest fucking guys that I've ever seen in my life. The way he dresses, I mean, it looked like he's borrowing his sister's clothes and shit. Like, just absolute dork.
I know.
You're absolutely right. If it ever came down to it, that dude would end up swallowing his teeth. He looks like he couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper sack, man.
I do have other ones, and I dropped my hype video, so I know damn well I'm gonna get plenty.
You'll have plenty of Eagles fans. You have plenty of Eagles fans. And the thing is, man, is that afterwards, if the Cowboys do lose, then that, then they'll come out of the woodwork even more. But the thing is, if the Cowboys win, you ain't gonna hear shit from none of them. They won't do shit. They won't do shit. When I dropped my video after the time when we beat the Eagles, when they choked the division lead down the stretch and we ended up winning, we beat them on Christmas Eve, and I posted that video. None of them said a goddamn word until we lost in the first round of the playoffs, and then that was the Green Bay game. And then they all came out of the woodworks and they started retweeting the video again. And I'm like, where were you son of a bitches in December when we whooped that ass for the division title, right? I mean, so me and you both, I think me and you, credit to both of us. I feel like we keep and stay consistent and talk our shit regardless. We don't go run and hide. We don't go delete our, Tom Stakes has deleted his he's deleted his Twitter profile on a couple of occasions. So we're not like that. We're here. We're gonna be there. We'll there to weather whatever storm comes at us, and Cowboys Nation along for the ride with us. So.
Well, this is what I tell you. And I don't know what you're gonna do, but I can promise you, and this is God's honest truth, we have nothing to lose. If they beat us, all right, whatever.
They should beat us.
They
should, right? Favored by 8.5.
I tell you, Kelly, if we end up and when that clock is down and if we win, you're gonna see. I mean, I might get suspended off X. I mean, I was telling someone, I said, Kelly and I try and I try and be the voice of reason, because someone said, man, I said, I can't say the things that Kelly says because I want to make sure I stay employed. And I got to be careful, and I got to really watch it. But I will be so damn obnoxious. I don't know if I'll go to work on Friday, because I will be dropping video after video, tweet after tweet. Everywhere I go, I will be relentless all season. I'll never let them forget it. So I'm playing with house money. Kelly, I'm sure you feel. I mean, Cowboy, we're playing with house money.
I think the players probably feel like that too. And here's the thing: how many times have we seen? First of all, it's the NFC East rivalry. How many times have we seen where a team comes in, low overconfident, low cocky, and then gets smacked in the mouth and ends up losing? I'm just saying, man. I'm not as scared of this game as a lot of other people are sitting there talking about. And people talking about, well, Philly this, Philly that, blah, 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 whatever. You know what? Fresh off the Super Bowl, congratulations. This is a new fucking season. Yeah. What you did last year don't mean shit this year. So congratulations on, you're going to hang your banner up there. Well, don't be mad when the Dallas Cowboys drop a deuce on the 50-yard line and put 40 on y'all. So go ahead, because I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the Cowboys to go in there and shut that whole goddamn stadium up. I want it to get so quiet you can hear a fucking pin drop, man. Let a pin drop in there.
It is going to be crazy. And if I tell you what, if Easy-E, Ezaraku, I'm getting better. I've been practicing his name, Ezaraku, because that's why I say Easy-E, because I don't want to butcher it. If he ends up being, the real deal. And he just has to be, if he could be a 6-sack guy, 7-sack guy, and if he can be a contributor, that on a rookie, as a rookie, that would be a huge, huge win for the Dallas Cowboys in that draft. And
he's a Raku. That's right. Ezaraku. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna have to get that down. I like saying Easy.
I like Easy. I'm always gonna say Easy because it brings me back to the good old days of NWA. So I love me some Easy-E. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, but I love it and I'm excited to watch this game. I am pumped up, man. It's just, I don't know how you feel in the chat, and I don't know how you feel, Kelly. This season has just snuck up on us, at least for me. I'm driving today and I'm thinking, Jesus, man, it is like NFL kickoff tomorrow, and I've got things to do, and I'm like, I got to get things rolling. I can't even believe the season started.
I got this cool little deal from one of my kids, but it's got the game day counting on, and if you can see that, it's got the Philadelphia Eagles lined up there one day, and you got the Philadelphia Eagles logo, but it's got all the logos of all the
badass.
teams.
Where did they find that?
And you can change it. I'd have to ask him where he got it. He got it for me for I think it was one of my Christmas presents. But it's got the days, the game day, and you got Philadelphia. You got the day, Thursday, and one day. So it's pretty cool, man. You got all that.
Badass. I love it.
All the NFL teams on there, so you can line that up and know how many games a game day it is, and keep track of things. But yeah, it's like that. It reminds me of that deal on Christmas Vacation. You remember their calendar? They open the windows. That kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Got that flair to it. But yeah, I'm right. You're right. It's snuck up on us, man, really, really quick. But I'm pretty pumped up, man, and I'm ready. It's just I know that I've heard on Twitter all week and after the Michael Parsons thing that I keep hearing people say that the Michael Parsons thing took the excitement out of week one. It didn't for me though. I mean, there's not a damn thing that can take the excitement out of week one. I've been waiting since January of last year for this to come around. We went through the draft. We went through all this stuff, the slow, dead parts of the season where there's hardly anything to talk about and we're struggling to come up with storylines. I mean, football is back, man. And regardless of what happens tomorrow night, it's week one. Win or lose, we got 16 more weeks of football after that. Season is not won or lost in the first week. Yes, it'd be nice to win, but I mean, me and you both, when we were predicting the season, we both kind of predicted this as a loss. Now, obviously, I changed my tune because every week, as closer it gets to Sunday, I don't give a damn if we're playing the 85 Bears. I can't talk myself into that we're going to lose. I'm like, I get just talk my ways into saying, we're going to win this goddamn thing. But, that's just kind of the way I am. And I'm going to do that with or without.
I would say this. We won't do a score prediction. But let's just, because it's a first game, let's just do this to keep it fair, keep everyone kind of in, so people don't have to feel pressure of picking against the Cowboys. So I'll ask you guys in the chat, confidence level. What is your confidence level going into this game tomorrow night on the road, 1 to 10, 10 obviously being the most confident? What is your confidence level? And I will say, what are you thinking? What are you thinking, Kelly? I like that score.
Look, my confidence level, honestly, right now, I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna say it's at about a 65-70%. Honestly, I just feel this. I don't know. I don't feel this nervousness. And then maybe it's crazy. Maybe it's just me being delusional, man. But I feel like that the Cowboys are going to pull off an upset because it just feels like right now, it just feels like the whole world's against us, man. It feels like the whole world's against us. It feels like all the media and everybody is just, all the doom and gloom. Michael Parsons left his team. How can they compete without Parsons on defense? Like I feel pretty good about it, man. I really do. So I think
I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised. Most of the Cowboys, most of the people in the chat, it's above 5, which, that's better than 50-50 shot. I'm right at 50-50. I think the Cowboys, I think they got a 50-50 shot on the road. The world is no one's predicting them to win. I saw ESPN complete shutout, NFL Network complete shutout. I haven't found any expert in quotation marks that have picked them to win. So I look at it as their backs against the wall. They're being doubted and they're being embarrassed and your manhood's being tested. And we've seen it happen. We've been on the other side of it. I remember just the game that sticks in my head is the Cardinals. I remember the Cardinals. No one predicted the Cardinals to win. We were rolling, whatever. It was like third game of the year, whatever the hell it was. And the Cardinals just absolutely beat the hell out of us. And it just didn't see it coming. And it was crazy. And everyone was like kind of shocked. But the Cowboys have nothing to lose. And you're playing with a team that's been hearing for the last week, this defense, you're not going to be able to get it done now. You lost this, you lost that. It's like what Eugene Lockhart, I agree 100%. Your manhood's being hey, I'm a professional. I can get my job done. I can take care of one man to another, making that commitment. And I think the Cowboys are going to come out with some attitude, and it's all about weathering the storm. It's all about weathering that early surge. If, like I said, and I agree, I'm not big on taking the ball first. I think you try and double dip in the second half and get the third quarter kind of thing. But I think the Cowboys, if they feel confident in their offense and what they can do, get the damn ball and score. You got to shut that crowd up real quick because they're going to be nervous. They'll be nervous.
And what would be great, what would really, really be the capper on that is if it is a physical drive. You know,
Yeah.
if it's not just the Cowboys with, you know, where they have like, you know, they throw a long bomb and they score right away. Not to say that that wouldn't be great, but sometimes you can catch a defense on their heels. If you go down the field and you're physical the entire way, right? You're running it. You've got, you know, somebody had said they think Williams would have a 100-yard game. If you got Javonte Williams pounding the rock, then you're hitting CD to the outside, then you've got Ferguson over the middle, then you've got some more running the ball. You know what I mean? If you pound it and it's like a 12-play drive and you go 75, 80 yards to score, that sends a message. That sends a message like, you know what? We're here. You know what I mean? And that's one of those things where it can really silence a crowd, and it can really take the wind out of a team's sails. And again, I feel that, you know, there's been some comments been made by, I can't remember, I think it was Jordan Mailata, I think their offensive lineman for the Eagles, that said, you know, huge weight off our shoulders knowing we don't have to play this game with Parsons, right? Was that his name? The guy that said that, I believe.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Okay. I mean, I wouldn't be saying things like that. I mean, that's bulletin board material. If you don't think that Eberflus is showing that to his guys and saying, listen, you know, Sam Williams is a guy who I'm looking to have a big game. I think that guy.
He's like a caged animal. He said he's ready to be unleashed, man.
I think he's going to come out amped the hell up. I look for him to have 2 sacks in this game. I think it's a 2-sack game. And against one of the best offensive lines in the league, that'd be huge. But I think Sam Williams is going to come out, and I think he's going to get 2 sacks this game. I think you're going to see some good things from the rookie. Ezra Kua, is that what it say? Ezra Raku. God damn, I gotta get that down. Ezra Raku. I think you're gonna see some good things from him. I think Fowler's gonna still create pressure.
Fowler, I mean, people sleep on Fowler, man. He had double-digit sacks last year, and he didn't have like a great guy on the other side.
Last 2 years. Yeah. No, and that's the thing, is that he's done well. So I think this Cowboys defense is gonna be just fine. And I think the Cowboys offense is going to be absolutely lethal this entire season. And I can't wait, because I mean, it's been since Amari Cooper, and we didn't really get to see that duo work too long. But I'll just tell you this right now. I think that George Pickens at this stage of his career is better than what Amari Cooper was when we got Amari Cooper.
Oh, I agree 100%.
And I think he's a better route runner. I think he is a better contested ball catch. And what I love about him is that it's not 50-50 balls when you throw it up to him. It's like 90-10.
Yes.
He's going to go up over the top of the DB and snag that every time. I mean, he did it in the Rams practice. He did it in training camp with the Cowboys DBs. Pickens is an absolute menace. And he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, because even when it looks like he's covered, he just makes these absolutely insane catches. You've seen 100 highlights of him doing that in training camp. He finally has a quarterback that can put it right on the money where it needs to be. Pickens is going to have a great season with the Cowboys this year.
Do you think Dak will trust him early to, hey, I'm going to throw it up to him? I think it's either he's going to catch it or no one's going to catch it, you know, because that's that mentality that he has. You know?
I think so. I mean, it looked like they got that chemistry down in training camp. I mean, we saw some of the throws in Oxnard, and then even back in Dallas when they came back to, you know, to the Star at Fort Worth. Dude, he was putting some just right there in you know, onto the sideline where only Pickens could get it. He got one of them where he just kind of chunked it up, and Pickens come up and just snagged it above the DB. I mean, if you know, it's a hard ask to have a DB cover George Pickens. Absolutely, it's difficult. It's a difficult ask to ask that, and when you've got a quarterback that's putting it on the money like that. I think it's going to be great. And I agree with Ultra too. I think that Turpin is I think you're going to see a lot from him. I really do. I think that he brings that extra element that you can put him in, not just on gadget plays, not just those like little sweeps or giving him the ball out of the backfield, but I'm talking about taking him down the field as a guy that could take the top off of an offense that is overly concerned about keeping CD and Pickens in check. Then you've got Turpin, who can just blaze. I mean, he's got wheels. The dude has wheels.
I mean, he could clear out routes too. I mean, they could use him as basically the guy that's going to open things up for CD, open things up for Pickens as well. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. So they've got guys at 1, 2, and 3 spot that can do damage at receiver. And then if you toss Ferguson in there, who I think will have a better year this year as long as he stays healthy, and obviously I thought last year he didn't play that great because I felt Cooper Rush had more of a chemistry with Schoonmaker. Schoonmaker's a 2, right? The twos play with the 2s. I don't think he had that chemistry with Ferguson. I think Dak does. And I think Ferguson's going to have a better year this year. So you've got an assortment of weapons, and we haven't plethora. The plethora. You know what a plethora is. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see this offense on the field. I'm excited to see this team on the field. I'm excited to see this coaching staff and the game and the game plan that they line up for the Eagles. I think it's going to be good, and I think we're going to have a good season this year. So I'm excited.
No, I'm excited. I mean, and no one's gonna ruin my hype and my fun, man. I love football. I've kind of, as I gotten older, but baseball I've lost a little bit of interest in. Basketball, it's just really a playoff kind of thing. So football I'm soaked in, and being at the Hard Rock watching Miami Notre Dame that just set the tone. I mean, the crowd was crazy. It was just. There was nothing better. And kudos to the cameraman, Kelly. I'm just telling you, that cameraman, MVP, because he found every drop-dead gorgeous woman in the crowd. And I don't know if you've ever been to a Miami game. Miami, they wear bikinis. They don't, that's what they wear. They wear bikinis to the game. So definitely thank him. We had there was almost some oops. Some of the, and you get on the camera, you're jumping up and down, and some of them we almost got a treat. So, but kudos to the cameraman.
That's awesome. You can never fault the camera guy for finding the beautiful women, man. You always gotta love that.
They found a way.
I'm telling you, man. I gotta get my way down to Florida, man. I always talk about Texas having the most beautiful women in the world, and whenever I say that, I always get people telling me like, man, you got to go down to Florida. You got to go down there because Florida, that area, Miami, Tampa, like. Yeah. Florida women. So, I mean, I can't say because I ain't been there. I'm just saying what I know about the Texas women, but I definitely got to get my way down to Florida and see what it looks like down in Florida. So,
yeah, Mikey was drooling. Yeah. I want to get in trouble. He's got a girlfriend, and I'm married too. My wife knows. I mean, what are you going to do? If you see a beautiful work of art, you got to admire it. I mean, it don't mean that you're going to take that piece of art off the wall and take it back home with you, but all you do, you just admire it for a second. Absolutely. Absolutely. So,
that's what it is.
But it's going to be great, guys. And one last, while we got you in, man, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit the share. And again, if you guys we've got over 450 guys hanging out now. So we do have a live watch party at Boyd Farm just outside of Dallas in Levon, Texas. You're talking about 5-time Super Bowl champion Charles Haley, Hall of Famer, Ring of Honor, all the accolades. He's going to be there. Kevin Smith, 3-time Super Bowl champion, Eugene Lockhart. The beauty I thought about it, you got a defensive lineman, a linebacker, and a cornerback. We're going to be able to talk about all levels of defense and get their pregame. We're doing a pregame live show. It's going to be 6 p.m. I got to think Central to 7 p.m. up until game time. We'll be doing a live pregame show. Those guys will be on. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's at Boyd Farm. You guys, no cover charge. Drink specials all night. $5 domestic beer. I think all beer is $5. 16-ounce cans. They got wine specials. They got food trucks out there. It's going to be phenomenal. So Boyd Farm. If you guys don't know, just Google it, check it out. Look at my profile. I'll be doing another post with their address. It's going to be a great time, and Cowboys Cave's proud to be definitely part of it. So check that out. There we go.
It should be a great time, man. And being able to chop it up with some of the it was Super Bowl champions and some of the greatest to put on the Cowboys uniform. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm pretty excited about Charles Haley because we've seen the character that Eugene Lockhart is. I mean, I had heard just recently, I heard the story about how Charles Haley got traded and how he forced his way out of Dallas, how he traded. Now, I don't know if there's truth to that or not, but I mean, some pretty crazy stuff, man.
It's been told a few times, and he's never denied it. I've got his book, so I'm looking at it. So yeah, it's been in there. So.
Well, maybe that's what Michael Parsons did. Maybe that's how he got his way out of Dallas.
And I do believe that if Charles Haley was on that team, and a player was, we didn't get a chance to ask Eugene, and a player was laying down on the table during a game, I think Charles Haley would have yoked him up.
Yeah. Well, you know what's interesting about this whole thing now, right? Is and this is what's crazy. And I don't want to get too much into it because obviously we've gone a little while here,
yeah.
an hour and 20 minutes. But the whole Michael Parsons back thing, right? He gets traded, he passes a physical, and now his agent was saying the whole time, the agent saying, he went on his rounds and made his rounds, and he said, you know what? He was never in jeopardy of missing a game. He was going to play for the Cowboys versus Philly week 1. But now, you've got Matt LaFleur's talking about that they're going to have to inject him with an epidural and see if he's comfortable to play because he's got an L4, L5 sprain in his back. So my question on that is like, how in the hell, because they said that the MRI showed nothing. Remember that? The MRI showed nothing. Then Parsons went to get a second opinion, right? And now that he's in Green Bay, after he passed the whole ass physical, now he's got an L4, L5. It just seems funny to me. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it's definitely odd. It's odd. I mean, I hope he's healthy. I never want to see anyone hurt. Back injuries. I mean, you don't have to look any further than
Haley. No, and they're talking about that he had an L4, L5 sprain, and they're talking about shooting him up with an epidural to play. Like, I don't think that's the smartest of things to do. You know what I mean? My voodoo doll works, man. Ouch, ouch. Listen, regardless, man, we wish the best for Parsons, but when you hear back stuff, when you hear back
epidural, it's masking the problem. So the problem's going to continue to get worse, and that's where
what I was
he needs to be. As just a human, he needs to be careful on anything shots in the back so you could play. I mean, that's just, you could end up doing more damage. So
yeah, and I also kind of wonder about this. What David said, if this is all kind of a part of the game, and maybe that they're just pushing this whole story, and none of that shit's actually true. You know what I mean?
I mean, Adam Schefter reported it.
He did, but you seen Parsons out there at practice. He sure looked like his back was fine to me.
But he didn't look. I mean, did you see him? He just didn't look, and he just kind of looked a little slower. I don't know.
I think that's the green and yellow jersey. That jersey, somebody said it took away all his aura. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Well, it's not like wearing a Dallas Cowboys jersey, man. You throw on that ugly ass green and gold, and of course things are going to look different for you. I thought he looked. I don't know if I ever get used to seeing him in that jersey, but. I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, I love the guy. No hate on him. I mean, I'm not rooting against him, but I sure the hell ain't rooting for him, and I don't like that. So it's it is what it is. I think the Cowboys, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I don't think it's going to be a quick fix, but I think over time you're going to see this defense really kind of gel together, and you may see it as soon as tomorrow night because it's live and they're going to be ready. They got something to prove. They got an opportunity to do it. Yeah. So Cowboys Nation, we are going to wrap it up, but we will be here tomorrow night for a pregame show. Like I mentioned, Eugene Lockhart, Charles Haley, Kevin Smith is going to be in the cave. So if you guys, these pregame shows on TV suck, let's just be honest about it. So you're going to have an opportunity to hang with some legends. I mean, legends. And if you're in the Dallas area, you can go hang with them personally. And it is just a very intimate kind of setting, very laid back. It's not going to be all the security and you can't touch them. You can't go near them. They're going to be mingling. It's going to be a great time. And just a rare opportunity for you guys to kind of, rub shoulders with legends of the game. So if you get a chance to get out there, I highly recommend checking it out. I am kind of jealous. Had I had more notice, I would be there. I'm just going to be straight up.
I'm telling you, man. I was sitting there thinking about it the other day. I was like, damn, man, that'd have been a cool place to go to. And for week 1 to watch the game there with Charles Haley, Kevin Smith, and Eugene Lockhart. Oh,
if I had more
man.
than 3 days notice, when did I text you, Kelly? I mean, I texted you after
Yeah, I think you texted me maybe Tuesday,
Tuesday,
Monday,
whatever the hell
Monday
it
or
was.
Tuesday. It was
Monday,
definitely
Sunday.
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, even Aaron said, Eugene does things a little different. He does,
Yeah.
and we love Eugene. It's going to be phenomenal. Like I said, it's going to be every road game. It's going to be happening, and we will be live doing a pregame show with them. And as I mentioned, I believe the Bears I know one of the guests is I'm pretty sure it's the OG 88 is going to be there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So Cowboys Nation, we will see you tomorrow night. If we don't see you, man, it is game time. The hype video dropped. You'll see it on Twitter. We'll put it on YouTube tomorrow, and it's going to be fun, man. I can't wait. Can't wait to get this season started. It's going to be 17 weeks, man. We're going to be hanging for 4 months now, and hopefully longer, leading us to a Super Bowl. So Cowboys Nation, you guys take care. Let me fix this. I gotta see what happens. I was yapping, Kelly. I was yapping, and I didn't have our ending. And I didn't even tell you, Kelly. I don't know if I made a mistake, but I got approached on social media about, hey, I can help you with a video. I want to do a good intro video. I like ours, but I just want to do something a little faster, a little quicker, have some Cowboy stuff. I don't know how to do any of this shit. I'm being honest with you. So I got a message, and it's a pretty hot chick. I'm going to be saying from Australia. I'll send it to you. And she said, hey, I can help you. I can make you into a cartoon character. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to do that. I said, but I checked her profile, and I saw who she follows or who follows her, and it was some content creators. And I looked at some of the work she did, and she did some intro videos. And so I'm like, hey, I really would like to do a intro video. If you do that, and so she asked, pay. So I sent money. So I don't know if I'm going to be like one of our loyal followers. And hopefully I get an intro.
I had somebody. Listen, I'm telling you, I had somebody tell me that one time, and I did not send any money for it. I hope that it's legit and that everything works out. But
all right, I negotiated a deposit $30. So I mean, about $30. About 30.
You know what I mean. Hey,
you.
If it comes out for a good video for $30, let's hope. But I know exactly what you're talking about. We have had some people that have gotten a little loose with their wallets.
I'll send it to you. I'm going to send you the person. I'll take a picture and go look through. I mean, she looks legit and says all the right things. She sent me all this stuff. So if it works out, she's going to do a cartoon character of the Cowboys Cave of Kelly, me, and we'll do Jimmy. And I might get Cuts in there. I think Cuts needs to be a cartoon character. I'll spring for that. So, but we'll check it out. And it's supposed to be next week. She said, you don't have to pay the balance until you're satisfied. So we will see what happens and see it. But until then, Cowboys Nation, definitely appreciate all the love. I will see you guys next. Is Jimmy Dee? Oh, yeah. New intro. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens.
New intro, and you know what? Hey, listen. If you want to throw one of the clips of me drinking a bottle of tequila from the last live, we could mix that in there.
well, we're gonna do it up. I mean, if she's legit. I mean, I don't mind, because it takes time, and time is money, and I need help. Like I said, if we have anyone who's great at algorithms and SEO, I mean, let us know. I mean, we're not too proud to beg if anyone has any insight of how to, do that kind of stuff.
Let's go.
I'd love to learn. It's just hard. So anyway,
sir.
We got full-time jobs, man. This is not our full-time gig. So appreciate it, Cowboys Nation. Hopefully see you guys tomorrow night at the pregame. Charles Haley, Kevin Smith, Eugene the Hit Machine Lockhart hanging out in the Cowboys Cave. It's gonna get hype. Can you dig it?
Give me somebody that's hungry. Give me somebody that's hungry. I need somebody.